As soon as I wake up, I run to my mother and say, Mom, I will make you live in palaces. But what do I see? My mother has turned into the green guy from the Mask movie. Without taking a shower, I put on my old clothes and head to Simon's office. As I walk, the stones catch my attention. I realize that the house I live in is not suitable for a thief. I get into my car and make a decision at that moment. From now on, all the money I get from stealing will go into repairing my house. When I arrive at the office, I find the con artist, Simon, selling a car to a customer early in the morning. When he sees me, he runs toward me as usual. He tells me that one of his customers has fallen behind on car payments and that I need to go steal the car back. Before I leave, he pats my back and tells me to bring the car back in good condition. As if that weren't enough, he shamelessly wishes me good luck. If a thief had luck, he wouldn't be a thief. I get into the car and step on the gas. While following the navigation to my destination, Simon calls. He found out that Lamar took the stolen motorcycle for himself and feels betrayed. He threatens me and even insults me, calling me a thief. I angrily run through red lights, but there isn't a single cop around. Anyway, I arrive at the address. But this is not a house, it's a full-fledged palace. I think to myself, this is where I'll make my mother live. As soon as I get out of the car, I ring the bell and run away. Just kidding. I climb over the wall and enter. Since the gardener is working, he doesn't notice me. I sneak up behind him and knock him out with one hit. While he sunbathes on the grass, I make sure he won't wake up and kick me. I check the garage door, it won't open. I get suspicious. Thinking about how to steal the car, I kick the door, but it's no use. There's always another way. I go around and check every door and window to see if they are open. Finally, I see an open window on the second floor and climb onto the roof. While walking on the roof, I hear two people talking inside. The house isn't empty. I quickly sneak in and hide. A girl walks past me. I check the map to see how many people are inside. The first person I find is a young boy playing video games. The other one is a girl lying in bed. I silently sneak down the stairs. In the kitchen, I run into a couple practicing golf. I've never seen golf practice like this in my life. There are 4 people in the house, but no one notices me. I quietly move forward, checking my surroundings. I carefully step past the couple and make my way to the garage. As soon as I get into the car, I open the garage door, hit the gas, and speed into traffic. Just then, Simon calls again to remind me to return the car in good condition. I reply, "It's in perfect condition." On my way back to the dealership, Michael suddenly appears in the back seat. Holding a gun to my head, he starts asking questions. Who do you work for? Why did you steal my car? When he finds out my boss is the con man Simon, I tell him I'm innocent and that I only got involved in this mess to make my mother live in a palace. Laughing, he says, "Our palace is already too crowded. Find another one for your mom." I realize I have to sell out Simon. He would have done the same to me anyway. When we arrive at the car dealership, Michael pushes the gun harder against my head and orders, "Drive the car straight into the showroom." I think of my mother. Floor the gas pedal and crash through the dealership windows. The place turns into a war zone. As soon as Simon sees me, he runs toward me. Meanwhile, Michael pays the first $15 for the palace I'll buy for my mother. He shoves a few $5 bills into my hand and tells me, "Get lost." Then he turns to Simon and with a smirk says, "Alhamdulillah, I'm gonna smash your boy."
You think me for...
And just like that, he drags Simon into the deep waters. I call Lamar and tell him I found an even more broke boss than Simon. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you in the next episode. I start the car and say, "The king is back. Long live the new king." I've been unemployed since the last incident. I see Tanisha across the street. I walk up to her and crack a joke. Why did her break up with her client? Because he kept asking for a free trial. I burst into laughter. I head to Michael to ask for a job. Finally, I've gotten rid of Simon, a manipulative, narcissistic, and downright devilish boss. They say, "Speak of the devil, and he shall appear." Just then, Simon calls. He asks why I haven't taken a bullet to the head yet, accuses me of betraying him, and says he saw me as a son. Then he throws in some threats. I sigh and say, "Hey, Simon, what did the bald guy say to the barber?" "Just a trim, please. I don't have much to work with." Ha 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 ha. I hang up. I arrive at the house I once robbed, this time as an employee. If I praised myself like Snoop Dogg,
I want to thank me.
it still wouldn't be enough. I step out of the car and walk toward the entrance. As I climb the stairs, I think about how to convince Michael to give me a job. Rich people are like river frogs, always hanging around the pool. I say to myself as I head there, "I've come to make my mother live like a queen, Michael." I greet him. He lifts his sunglasses, looks at me, and says, "Take your mom and get lost." I explain that I'm unemployed and looking for a job. He makes me wait for a bit, then finally gestures for me to sit. He says he doesn't have any gangster jobs for me, but suggests that I start a YouTube channel called Gadam, Game Stories for visually impaired gamers. He explains that saying please like and subscribe at the end of videos is important, and that's what makes a true YouTuber. I tell him to quit messing around. I need real gangster work. Michael says if I don't like the Gadam Games idea, I could start a motivational channel called Things I Wish I Knew at 20. He insults me by suggesting that someone like me, a gangster, should become a YouTuber. Think about it anyway, he says, then stands up and invites me to a bar for drinks. Just then, Michael's son Jimmy calls. Jimmy says he needed money, so he tried to sell a boat, but it got stolen. He's on the highway and begs for help. Michael loses it. "Son, I'm coming to save you. Don't be scared." He jumps into his wife Amanda's car and tells me to get in. The moment I sit, Michael sighs. I wish I had never had kids. To avoid paying for therapy, he vents all his problems to me. I brush him off. Am I a YouTuber or a gangster? Whatever, let's focus. We track the stolen boat down on the highway and start chasing it. I get an idea time to mess with Michael. Hello everyone, welcome to the Gadam channel. Today we're rescuing Michael's masturbating son from some bad guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I jump onto the boat like a true gangster. Michael follows. As I take down an armed thug, I yell, "Hey Michael, if you recorded this, we'd be more famous than Mr. Beast." Just then a gunshot goes off Amanda's. Her engine gets shot. Well, Amanda's engine gets screwed every night by her golf coach anyway. I throw the thug onto the highway. Like a YouTuber, I climb the boat's ladder. Another thug pulls a gun on me and we start fighting. I call out to Michael. Hey Michael, help me. Michael lands a headshot and takes the guy down. As I step onto the boat, Jimmy rushes toward me, but the idiot gets caught in the sail. His dad floors the gas to save him. As Michael tries to save his son, a bad guy appears behind me and pushes me off the boat. I manage to grab on at the last second. The last thug lifts a mysterious box and asks, "The mystery box or $100? I choose the mystery box. Before I can open it, it falls into the water. Michael shoots another bad guy who drops a second mystery box. The falling thug gets tangled in Amanda's engine. Michael growls, "Don't say my wife's name," then runs over the thug with the car and saves his son just in time. The truck carrying the boat speeds up. I need a way to jump down into a car. At the last second, I leap down and land in the car. The YouTuber is back! Just when everything seems fine, Amanda's engine explodes. Black smoke rises from it. Michael drives to the repair shop. Once we arrive, he calls a cab and sneaks away. I pay $2,500 to fix Amanda's engine. We head back home. Jimmy babbles nonsense the entire ride. Once we arrive, he offers to be my friend. I can't handle the rich dad problem child toxic dynamic. I say goodbye and walk toward my car. Don't forget to like, subscribe. See you in the next episode.
Yeah, whatever, homie. Peace.
After successfully completing the toxic father-son mission, I head home. I'm exhausted. A joke I made to Tanisha this morning comes to mind. Just then, I get into an accident. Women are like that. Once they come to mind, trouble follows. My car is totaled, but whatever. I keep going. Red light, red light. Eventually, I arrive. I see Tanisha standing by the street. When she sees me, she starts moving like a zombie. Since my cousin JB is in jail, she asks me to help him. I say, "Screw family obligations." But then tell her, "Get in." As soon as Tanisha gets in the car, she gives me the address. I step on the gas lightly and head there. I skipped some parts because they were boring. I was just driving the whole time. I finally reach the destination in my wrecked car. A rundown tow truck is waiting for us. I get out, climb onto the truck to start it, but I climb too much. Whatever, I get it running and we hit the road. The tow truck is ancient, falling apart, but a beautiful sunset awaits us. Normally, you don't catch such a sunset in GTA 5, but I did. The best part? Running all the red lights, such a thrill. We arrive at the address Tanisha mentioned. It's in the city center, with a parked car in front. No idea whose it is, but it looks like an old Toyota Corolla. If someone asked me to do this in real life, I'd never do it. But in the game, I do whatever I want. That's why I love GTA 5. After running another red light, I say again, "Screw family obligations." I tell Tanisha that I only did this for JB and that I won't do it again. I also warn her not to bother me with this kind of thing anymore. Tanisha gets out of the car and I get into my own, heading home. I'm too tired to listen to whatever she's saying behind me. I arrive home and hit some dude who looks like Kendrick Lamar. I yell, "Manure!" I park the car and get out, but Kendrick attacks me. I run inside shouting, "Mom, help!" Night falls. The GTA 5 lights look amazing. I don't go inside yet because I don't want to get kicked out, so I wait until morning. When the sun rises, my mom and aunt go out for a run. I just watch them because I'm about to go inside and sleep. The neighborhood is full of thugs and weirdos, yet my mom and aunt still go for a run. My aunt isn't dressed appropriately for this area. I change out of my dirty clothes and rush to the door to go sleep. Just then, Lamar shows up with his dog and starts talking. He makes some inappropriate comments about my aunt. I say, "What's your problem?" Lamar says my aunt is hot, and even makes a gesture. I warn him, "Talk about my aunt with respect, or I'll end you." Lamar talks about new job opportunities and invites me for a walk. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a like.